Right, greetings everybody for another one of our videos. We update you about all things club-wise and trail-wise. Just a reminder that, sorry, I'm going to put this cap on and the glasses on, not to look cool, but it's quite a glare coming from that side. Yeah, it's difficult for me to look cool. Yeah, just a reminder that these vids, they're unprepared, they're unplanned, they're unprogrammed. There's yeah, we did just do it off the cuff, so yeah, there's nothing structured about them. And so if just excuse us for that. I have been warned by this bush barbie floating around here on these trails that every time I say the word or whatnot, she's going to give me a headbutt. Huh? She's going to give you a headbutt. So I'll try and keep the ahs and the ums down to an absolute minimum. Right, having said that, we are now filming today from what is, I think, the spiritual home of the Tygerberg Mountain Bike Club, and that is the Blumenal Trail Centre. And more specifically, we're actually filming this on the revamped, revised Flow Terror. As you can see, we're busy with it, but I'll get to it a little bit later. But it's a really magnificent part of the world to be in, with just looking across the trails here. All the arum lilies are out, the flowers are out. It really is just absolutely wonderful to be here. Just while we're on Blumenal, a quick thing. I know there's a lot of questions arising from, we all know the farm went up for auction and whatnot. So I'll just try and update you a little bit as to where we are. It's very, very early days. There is a new owner. It has been bought. I don't know whether the deal has gone through or it's busy going through or whatnot. But there have been a couple of preemptive talks about it. And all I can say at this stage is that it's looking fine. Okay, so we're hoping we're going to be around here at Blumenal for a long time to come, because we have created something rather special here. Right, onto, there goes a headbutt. Onto our trail update for you. I think you all recall when we started this winter build program of ours, our objective was to take stock of what we've got, cut the new builds for 1 year, and just regenerate all our existing trails. I literally wanted to do every last meter of our single track trails over again to get to get them all looking brand new. The old analogy that, you know, you'd rather play a really well manicured golf course, 9-hole golf course, than a really unmanicured 18-hole golf course. So that's the thought behind what we try to do here. And up until this Wednesday, it's now the 8th of August, Friday, 6th of August, things are going just swimmingly, absolutely swimmingly. I mean, for the past 2 months, we have really given it horns. We've had, literally for the past 2 months, 27 trail builders working on our trails, 6 different crews, and we have really worked well. If you look what we've done, the work at Fair Cape, the descents there, the work at Velvergenoegd, the work at Hoogekral, we'll get to Hoogekral in a second as well, Merendal, Hillcrest, the work Rob Stark's been doing at Kortemannskloof, and of course here at Blumenal. I think most of you will concur, we've done a pretty good job. We can be pretty chuffed with ourselves. So yeah, even if you look today, just here at Blumenal, we've got Bennett, Nell and Chris up at the top doing waving the magic wands at the Blumendaler. If I can tell you what that looks like, you'll be blown away. So we hope to open that pretty shortly, maybe by next weekend, weather depending. We've got Eugene Haley doing work on the XCO, final touches on the XCO. He's done all the flow trails, he's done everything. We call him Eugenius. So, and he's busy now floating around building walls of China, brick walls of China, to cut out Strava lines and shortcuts, which he hates. So yeah, that's what we're all about. We're all a little bit, no, let's leave it at that. And then, of course, this flow trail that we're standing on, the Flow Terror, has been rebuilt by Johan of Barking Monkeys. He's busy on the go, finishing the last bit of it down the bottom there. So just in this little valley here, we've got 3 different subcontractors working. My crew are out doing something they shouldn't be doing, but we'll get to that a bit later. So yeah, it's been a really fantastic effort, and we are really chuffed with it. I just want to quickly, while we're on trails, just touch on something a little bit different. Trails that are a bit different. In other words, not the manicured trails that we've all built and everything's looking great and sweet. It's trails like the Klippevel trails, and it's trails like most of our corridors. If you look at the missing link corridor from Merendal down to Hoogekral, and the traverse across the road here, these are people sometimes ask me, well, why don't we manicure them? Why are they so? Why is there so much mud? Why is there this, that type of? These are what we call mountain biking experience trails, especially Klippevel. They're all on working farms. We haven't built any manicured trails on them. They literally are trails on cow paths, donkey paths, and fire breaks and all that type of thing. And it's literally impossible. We just like to, we can't really manicure them. We want to treat them like a mountain biking experience. You climb on your mountain bike, you come across a bit of mud. Hey, tough. Either ride through mud, climb for your bike, do whatever. I think we rode Clippy over my trail crew night 2 weeks ago. We had to go through this field of canola. I think that canola's field is it's come back to me quite a bit. But guys, just ride through the canola. Don't say to me, no, you need to find another route. There's no other route. That's the route the farmers want us to go, and I can't go to the farm and say, excuse me, Mr. I won't mention the names. I'm going to cut down your canola so we can create a path through for a wider path through for the mountain bikers. He'll laugh at me. Either he'll laugh at me or he'll shoot me. One of the two. So yeah, ride what's in front of you. I mean the missing link corridor. There's mud at the top of it, all the time and whatnot between. But it's lekker. It's fun. Klim up your fiets and ry hom. All right. So just a little touch on those mountain bike feeling experience trails, and they're all lekker. They're all good fun. All right, I digest. I think just in terms of, I said things were going swimmingly well on our trails until this Wednesday, and they were going really well. Then unfortunately we had our first bit of bad news for the winter, whereby down to the bottom here, from the end of the Kalfu hut to the parking lot, that trail had been washed away by the rain like you can't believe. So I decided earlier this week, Monday, Tuesday, to just redo that whole trail. We worked for 2 days in the rain, pouring rain, got it sorted out beautifully on the 2 days, just left it Tuesday afternoon, 100%, put all the closed off signs, put all the tape, do not enter, do not ride, trail under this whole story, the hele story. Came to work the next morning and it had been ridden over by an army of bicycles, trashed, gone, finished, kaput. It's soul destroying basically as a trail builder. Please guys, I know we try not to do the negative things, but you'll see, it's in this video, you'll see what the trail looked like afterwards, and we had to spend another 2 days rebuilding it. Then of course on Thursday morning, we had just finished, I don't know, most of you have ridden the Snake Rattle and Roll descent. That's the old descent from at Hoogkraal, coming down before we built the flow terror. Sorry, the Hoogkies hammer, this was the flow terror. And we handed it over, we opened it 2 weeks ago. Beautiful condition, mint condition. I'm sure most of you will testify to that. And then, of course, my favorite animals, creatures in the whole wide world, Ivan's Hoogkraal cows, decided they were now going to take a little sojourn up both trails. And they have absolutely destroyed the work we did, which I won't tell what the cost value was because it was done by a subcontractor, so it cost us money. And then they walked up both trails, so we've had to close both those trails, and we're busy trying to reschedule, redo them, refix them, but yeah, it's been a tough week out there. So basically it's all been good. 1 or 2 setbacks, but those setbacks we'll sort out going forward. All right, I think trail-wise, that's about it. Club-wise, that's about it. There's not too much to say. Just we carry on. We've got another 2, I would say, month and a half to get to where we want to be, but we'll get there. And these trails will just be just lacquer by the time we're finished with them. All right, just in closing, I think I just want to give a bit of homage to, or respect to, our sponsors. We got what we call main sponsors. Those are the guys who put the heavy moolah, the cash into our trails. The likes of Reeds for our bucky, the likes of First National Bank who are doing all our signage for us, the likes of Old Mutual Wealth who do our bike boards. And then there's another entity crowd which I just want to pay a little bit of respect to, and that's Leet. Protective gears, protective clothing. You know, that Leet, the guys that make the nice gear, they're even making handlebars, bike parts, handlebars, grips, stems, all that type of thing at the moment. They pour a lot of cash into the Hoogkraal Skills Park, and over and above that they sponsor our trail crew with fantastic kit which they gave to our crew 2 weeks ago. And we can see from the pics that our trail crew are kitted out like you can't believe. So Leet are wonderful as sponsors for us in this club. They are literally on our doorstep on Contemans Kloof Road. They're officers, they're South African officers. So it makes sense for them to have a partnership with us. So they it's great. And they are such good guys, Martin and Paul from Leet. I mean, they're down to earth. The company's down to earth. They're cool. They supply a nice kit. And more importantly, they put moolah and clothes back into our club, which we greatly appreciate. So Martin, Paul, you guys, thumbs up to you and all your crew. Thanks so much for sticking with us. All right, that is my story for the day. Just plea from myself and the rest of the all 27 trail crew guys. This weekend it is going to rain, Saturday. All right, we all know that. So Sunday the trails are going to be wet, and unfortunately, if you come ride the trails on Sunday, you're going to mess them up, for want of a better word. We cannot just put a big sign out on our social media or our webpage saying trails closed. We can't do that. We're not allowed to do that. But if we could, I would love to say trails closed this weekend. So much so, I'm really asking you guys, please think of us before you go and ride on Sunday. And if you see you're damaging a trail, rather just stop and go back. All right, so that's my little pleas for now. Wishing you, other than that, next week's looking good with the sun, so I hope we can get out here and get some of these trails open. We've got a lot of closed trails at the moment. I really want to get as many of them open as possible. So weather permitting, next week, we should be opening up a lot of these trails. Right, that's my story. Warren, did you count how many I've made? So I can prepare myself, go and buy the scrum cap to prepare myself for the headbutts, okay? But lekker, have a good week, have a good weekend, and we'll chat to you very shortly.